All right, everybody, we are live again. Donnie Samir Search for Uhuru. And today in our studio, which is my home, we have two special guests. One is Miss Rose De Souza, and the other is Miss Shanta Lana. And today's topic is we're going to be speaking on Haiti, the African Union, and also the upcoming Building Bridges tour. The first day is September 7th and 8th.
That's correct. September 7th and 8th, we are hitting Compton in
Mhm.
LA at the City Banquet Hall on Long Beach Boulevard.
So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Go ahead and introduce yourself. And
Hello, everyone. Family, what's up? I am Shanta Lene. I am the founder of the Center for Truth and Healing here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Also, I'm the organizer of the Building Bridges Black Unity Tour that is taking place this fall to commence our 400 years here.
Miss Rose, you could introduce yourself.
My name is Rose DeSouza, and I work here. I'm a rep with the Haitian community and represent, Haitian here in Atlanta, the Diaspora community. And I'm an entrepreneur and a mother of three.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and jump into the African Union. Now you're part of the sixth region. You're a champion for the sixth union. Am I correct, Ms. Shante?
Yes, that's correct. That's
Okay,
correct.
now-
Recently, I did take a role as a regional champion, which is kind
Okay.
of like the regional director.
Okay. So what all does that detail?
It really is about helping the African Union to organize, mobilize, and galvanize our members here in the United States so that we can begin to work together to form different programs that would be powerful and
Okay.
impactful in our communities,
Mhm.
things of that nature.
Now, not to put you on the hot seat a little bit, people are always asking, what exactly is the African Union doing to impact the everyday Black American?
Well, it first begins with the relationship.
Okay.
And that's what the tour is about.
Okay.
Until we can repair the relationship, it's going to be difficult for us to work together. Until we can come together on a common ground and understand that we're more powerful working together, then we won't be able to achieve anything on our own because the destiny of us is tied to the continent of Africa. So the programs that they're working to introduce are to introduce here in the United States as well as Africa and throughout the diaspora.
Now the I forgot is it Ericana
The ambassador.
ambassador? She came to Atlanta. Did you come to the meeting when Ericana was here?
No.
She was here back in I think it was March maybe.
I think April.
It was April. It was April. Very dynamic sister. I know some of the topics that came up. Number one was the African Union passport. Yeah, any details, inside inside information?
I do not have any inside information on the African Union passport. I know that there are a lot of moving pieces that are happening behind the scenes with the African Union that, once they are, finalized, they'll be introduced.
Now, people who want to, I guess, get engaged with the, because now the sixth region, that's the diaspora here in America, or is it all the Americas?
The sixth region is every area outside of the continent of Africa.
Okay.
So it could be Australia, Europe, Asia, Canada, the U.S., South America, the Caribbean. Sixth region USA is where my role exists.
Okay.
So I'm more tied to the USA than the global sixth region.
Okay.
Dr. Queen Blessing is the USA facilitator for the African Union sixth region, and Dr. Makale Kalu is the global facilitator for the African Union sixth region, and also for African Union Canada.
Okay.
Sixth region Canada. Yes.
Okay. Now, for people who want to get involved
with the sixth region. All right. So
how would they go about it?
It's very simple and easy, and it's free. You just visit the website. It's au6rusa.org. That's au6rusa.org. They can register as an individual, which would give them voting rights within the diaspora.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Also, we would prefer and would love them to register their organization or their business for the purposes of being able to connect the dots and do business within the diaspora as well.
Okay. I think that's important because, I'm on these panels. You always got the people, Africa ain't offering nothing to us Black folks. They ain't offering nothing. Like what the discussions you've had and I've been privy to, is that true as far as the African Union? Because they've always, that's the
I think it's been true in the past,
Uh-huh.
but I think in more recent years, as we are awakening to a lot of the miseducation,
Uh-huh.
a lot of the stolen history, and understanding where our power exists, they've started to extend the branch to the diaspora. They're
Okay.
realizing how important we are to the diaspora. There's a
Uh-huh.
lot of remittances going back to the continent from the diaspora.
Uh-huh.
So we're very valuable to the continent.
Uh-huh.
And as much as we hate to admit it, they're very valuable to us here.
Now the Wakanda. Did they talk about that?
Wakanda isn't tied directly to the African Union.
Oh, it's not.
Right.
Oh,
That's
I didn't know
a
that. Okay.
individual project operated by Dr. Ericana.
Okay, so it's not. Okay, got you. Okay. Do you know anything about it, or can
I
you prove
don't
now?
know
You don't
anything
know anything about it.
inside.
Okay. Okay. And Miss Rose, Haiti. You know, we want every time I'm in Benin Republic, they're always talking about the close connection between Haiti and the Benin Republic.
Yes.
You know, if it weren't for Haiti, the Haitian Revolution, we would probably still be slaves today. Because with Toussaint Louverture pulled off, and really Dessalines, what he was able to accomplish, scared the hell out of white people, where they decided to, okay, we got to rethink this slavery thing.
Exactly.
Now, what's the importance of now? And for people who don't know, Haiti is now part of the African Union.
Correct.
Okay, can you explain that? Because I know a lot of people were upset because I think a couple years ago or a year or so ago it was voted down. I think maybe or
Yes, it was voted down, but then we went into negotiation. We are part of the African Union now,
okay,
presently. So,
okay. And what does that mean as far as Haiti being part of the African Union?
well, we're gonna be doing businesses and finding, you know, opportunities that's in Africa, and intertwining what we have as in our culture,
Okay.
because we one culture,
Right.
we all
Same.
African, so we want to bring all the, you know, merge the different ideas,
Okay.
concepts to have to work together, and that's what we're doing. To be part of the African Union will give us just a broader extension of the, you know, Africa.
They'll get support. They'll be
the
having.
support.
They'll be rooted to the continent.
Because like I said, people we had no clue that
Yeah.
Haiti was part of the African Union. We thought it was, you know, they said no because Haiti's in the West.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and that's a very, very big achievement that we did become part of the African Union. So you know, we're working with them, and there's a lot of opportunities, business opportunity, entrepreneurship, you know, and we working on a passport right now, where you know you could have a passport where it's the African Union, where you could travel without having a visa for the different countries.
Now, okay, now this is the African Union passport. Or is a passport for Haitians?
It would be an African Union passport.
Do you know?
Anybody that's under the African Union would.
Okay. Oh, so
The countries up under the African Union are
Currently.
working together to try to create a passport or visa-like program that can
Okay.
be used for people to travel freely within the countries.
okay. Now, as far as the sixth region, will that include us too?
Well, that's something that is not yet been brought up as
Okay.
far as with me at the table to discuss. What we're trying to do here with Sixth Region is to organize the structure so that we can begin to sit at the table and say, these are the things that we want. These are the things that we need. You know, until we're organized enough to have a policy, you know, to vote and to have things changed for our situations here, then, you know, we have really no power yet.
True. True. This is off topic. You know, we're going to cover a lot of everything since we're speaking on building bridges. What are your thoughts? Because you brought up the lack of power that just in reality that I would say Black Americans as a collective have here in America. I mean, it's unfortunate. So what are your thoughts in regards to like the ADOS movement? Are you familiar with that at all? Okay. Are you? I know you kind of are.
I am. Well, with the ADOS, I do believe.
Like one of the complaints now is that why is this like British Nigerian playing Harriet Tubman?
I'm gonna leave the small talk
Okay.
and the drama for them.
Okay.
I'm on building.
Okay.
And if it's not about building and uniting, it's destructive.
Okay.
To the mission.
Okay.
So some of those things I know what's going on and I hear the feedback and the backlash, but it's really destructive to the mission that I've been
Gotcha. Okay.
assigned to.
Okay.
You know.
So let's speak on your mission, building bridges.
Well,
So
my
we
mission
connected.
is this is a spiritual mission.
Okay.
Not just for me, but for all of us. You know, all of us of African descent. And it's been over 400 years because um, my ancestors are indigenous and of African descent.
Okay. When you say
So,
indigenous.
well, you know, I have Native American ancestors,
Okay.
and then I have African ancestors.
Okay.
So my lineage goes back to Cameroon, Congo,
Uh-huh.
and then Choctaw, Cherokee,
Okay.
Blackfoot, and Chickasaw.
Okay. Now, are these like Native Americans? Are the
Black Native
okay
Americans.
indigenous?
Indigenous.
So you believe there were Black indigenous Africans here on the continent before?
Well, they have different labels for them. They call
Okay.
them, and on our paperwork, it was mulatto. You know, you have different labels. So,
Okay.
I just know my ancestors were Choctaw. They look like a mixed, like mixed.
They look mixed.
Yeah, they look
Okay.
mixed,
Okay.
straight hair, pretty much. You know,
Okay.
fine hair.
Okay.
But because of that sensitive line of
Okay.
being, you know, some people say, "Oh, we're not Black, we're not Africans."
Well, all right.
At the end of the day, if
Uh-huh.
we really trace it back, then we all
Okay.
we all really came from Africa.
Okay. So that part, like the Choctaw, Chickasaw part, you still don't disconnect that part from Africa. Okay. Because you know a lot of people like disconnect that part
No, because
from Africa.
they came from Africa
Yeah.
thousands and thousands
Okay.
of years earlier, but they just beat Columbus here.
Okay. Now, as far as the tour, I know last year we were in Atlanta.
Yes.
Now, did you go? You were in Houston, or was it just Atlanta last
I
year?
was just in Atlanta.
Okay.
But we are going to Houston this
Okay.
year. Houston is September 14th and 15th, and then we're going to be at the Shrine of the Black Madonna
Uh-huh.
on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Okay.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. We have Phil Scott, we have you, we have Brother Rizza Islam, Brother Ben X, Brother Derek Muhammad. All of them will be joining us in Houston, also in LA, as we work to build bridges and unite Africans, African Americans, our Haitian brothers and sisters, our Caribbean brothers and sisters, as we all come together with like minds to restore our Black power.
Now, guys, I put the link in the chat room for the to buy tickets for the Los Angeles show. All right, so if you guys are interested, in fact, if you're in LA area, you need to buy a ticket. In fact, if you're in California, you need to buy a ticket and come chop it up with us. What's the importance of building bridges?
Number one is about the miseducation. I think if we start to educate our youth, they'll understand and value themselves more. So building bridges is important for our youth and the future, you know, generations that are coming, because if we don't start to change the narrative now, then Blacks here in America will be non-existent pretty much, and our wealth will be to zero.
Well, they're saying by the 2053 our wealth is supposed to be at zero.
Exactly.
But there are a lot of people who, and again, I know we don't want to speak on them, but for those who are refusing to unite, what are they missing out on?
Opportunity. Their ancestry, knowing their true history. Some may know, but they may even still have some miseducation about the knowledge that they do have. So they're missing out definitely on opportunities. They're missing out on a chance to connect with their homeland and their home people.
Now, do you foresee, I would say, our future being here in America or our future being in Africa? Like, what are your
I'm
thoughts?
gonna be honest. I think our future can be in both places.
Okay.
If we tie ourselves together.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where building the bridges come in at, you know, where we could build the bridge and, you know, knowing your culture, knowing your identity, knowing your ancestors' background. You know, it's like a lot of people, you know, see the Haitians as, you know, rebellious, but yet we had to fight all of our lives.
Right.
So we have to be that way. And then the West suppressing us with a lot of different agendas that they have, and they own,
like what they do now with the economy. You know,
exactly.
how they use the economy as a terrorist
they destroy
weapon.
Our crops, they destroy, you know, our citizens, where they forget who they are. And the ones that's strong have to stand up and remember that and keep fighting forward. And building the bridges will help that in order for us to connect to Africa, connect the the um, Americans here. That's some of us are not aware that we are Africans.
Right.
And we keep denying that, even though research has shown over and over that we are Africans. So those are things that we have to be able to teach our kids from school, the youth right now, people that's watching this video, perhaps that's listening to this, is a lot of youth, and they need to learn this, and they need to start from building the bridges and connecting from the core.
Okay. And if we're not located in, if we don't have those connections across those bridges, and we're just in Africa, then we are, losing other opportunities as well. Okay. Because we're going to need those other countries' economies in order to, keep our economy going strong anyway. Okay. So we want to build those relationships, and we want to be based and have people in the different countries and areas in order to do business with one another and connect the dots.
Guys, let's hit that like button as you guys come in the chat room, please.
Yes, like the like button.
Let me ask you, what's the importance? Because Haiti was the first free Black republic. What's the importance of learning about Haiti? Why is Haiti usually, I guess, neglected when it comes to its history? Like, we're not taught. Yes, we're taught about Napoleon, but we're not taught about Dessalines and Bookman.
And that's this education. It comes from educating the people, and the European has been educating us, and that's something that we need to learn, that they're not putting what's in the books that really happened.
If you're relying on the colonizer to educate you,
right?
Or if the colonizer is your educator, they're not going to tell you the things that they did, to you that were wrong. They're trying to whitewash that away from you. And the reason the world, especially the European, I won't say the world, but the Europeans have been so hard on Haiti is because they were so rebellious.
Right.
So their country has taken on that heath of, destruction, just because they're going to pay for being rebellious and, taking their country back. We're going to make them pay for that decision.
Exactly. And then we kind of, because of our culture back in Africa, again, we link to knowing that we're not body, we spirits. Right. So sometimes we kind of neglect that, and we neglect our own self. And by helping other people, like we went and helped the Louisiana Purchase.
Okay. Listen, see, we're not taught that. Now, I know at the end when Napoleon lost, that triggered the Louisiana Purchase. But can you go into detail about that?
Well, I mean, there's more detail that I would need to have to be going to, but I know that we was very eccentric as far as helping that.
Because France was losing a lot of money,
and that's how they needed that money.
Needed the money.
And that's how they made that trade with America.
Okay.
And that's how they became, we have the Louisiana Purchase.
Okay.
So that's very important for us to know, and all the stuff that Haitian done, in Savannah, way before even the revolution, fought in Savannah. Some Haitians went out and fought in Savannah in order.
In Savannah, Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, see what I thought about that.
We have a monument in Savannah that acknowledged the Haitians, but
Haitian discovered Chicago
because it wasn't declared as of yet that there was Haitian, because we didn't get our independence until 1804. This happened before.
Okay.
So that's why they consider it. They don't give us the credit, but Haitian need to stand up now and require that they receive the credit and let us know that Martin Luther King got influenced by us and was motivated by us in order for them to be able to fight for the civil rights here in America.
See what's crazy. See, now they love to talk about how Martin Luther King was influenced by the racist Gandhi, but they don't talk about how he was influenced by
Haitians. Yeah, he was. And that's something that, all that started by the Haitian taking over, and then we invited other countries to come. Anybody that felt that they was being oppressed could have came to Haiti, and we would welcome you.
Okay.
And we would give you a passport. We would, acknowledge.
Oh, how the U.S. used to be. Yeah. Or was supposed to be.
Right. And then now we're being deported and being, slammed around. I'm like, well, we do have a country. So now we have a piece of land just like everybody else. Let's grow it and make it happen. And we need to build that bridge with other countries, other African countries as well, to be able to bring investment in. The primary thing is about money. And we need to learn, teach our people. Yes, these lands are valuable, and we cannot just say it's land. It's like when they promise you a mule and an acre,
40 acres in the middle.
40 acre, and they didn't give it to you. That's something that you're fighting now, I believe, about reparation, right? Right. And that's something that all that we fought for. We fought to keep our land, and we fought to have our people. But the thing is that because of our spiritual and inclination, we forget about ourselves.
Right.
And we think that because we know we spirit and we're gonna move anyway, so we forget about ourselves. And that's how a lot of people that take opportunities such as Clinton's and the Red Cross and so forth.
Let me ask you this. So this past election, you had people, especially Black people, who are making up all these excuses and kind of ignoring what the Clintons did to Haiti. Like, what were your thoughts on that?
Oh, I thought that was really ridiculous because the Clinton need to apologize and need to make reparation to Haiti because of they destroyed our rice crop. Okay, and then after that they came in and did a fundraising, raising millions of dollars, and then do the work and give it back to contractors that lives here in the United States, Americans. And then his brother, Hillary Clinton brother, was mining in Haiti, and they had a contract against the government that was something that the people was not aware of the full details, which the Senate should have signed on, but then the people was not aware, and the people need to be educated to know what is going on in Haiti and what the process is. And because of lack of education and trying to survive, a lot of people don't have time to do the necessary research.
And a lot of these politicians are going behind doors making these deals, and they're not transparent deals so that the people know what's actually taking place. And they're getting land, they're getting rights to mining, rights to water, rights to the resources that are to make the countries rich.
Exactly.
Now, as far now, when you see the media, I mean, how much of it is propaganda? They're saying that it's just right now Haiti is just Port-au-Prince is just all just a mess. Like, how much of it is propaganda? How much is?
Well, it's real, but they created that.
They
created that, and they are promoting instability in the country.
Okay.
And our people, you go into their home is clean.
Right.
We live well, and then we have a depression, and we have a condition going on where we, have trash all over the street. That's not the way Haiti used to be in the Port-au-Prince area. In the countryside now is different. But in the they basically paying people to burn stuff or protest and do different things. And there's different groups, even Haitian that's enrolled in it, Haitian influential, or I would say the elites.
Right.
That's in paying off people maybe $20 to go protest or burn someone's business down because they don't agree with the political views.
Okay.
Where it creates that chaos, and that's all you get. But if I show you where I live in Haiti, it's a different town,
Wow.
And it's very nice, and there's nothing on the floor that's trash,
Right.
And you could see that you could invite investors. But when you don't create roads and the hospitals and education, then people do not have anything to go to say, I want to go there and invest. You have to create the stability as a government.
It has to be stabilized.
Yeah, and that's something that I have as a challenge, that trying to invest, ask different corporation here to go to Haiti. They have gone and do the evaluation and came back with the data showing that they're not ready because of the instability.
Okay. Okay. Now, from my understanding, like the majority of the wealth is like in a few hands.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, it's like non-Black. Like you have a lot of Lebanese.
Yeah, they're Lebanese and they're from Iran, but they Haitian. They've been in Haiti for since maybe 1804 or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been in Haiti for a long time.
Okay.
Their family, some of them ancestors are in Haiti, their grandparents and so forth. So you have to have two parents from Haiti to be called Haitian and do certain investment or so forth. So, but the thing is that they don't see Haiti. They just see Haiti as a channel,
right?
And then they're gonna come to the U.S. or they're gonna come. But now the U.S. is doing what they're doing. Now they're starting to open their eyes,
right? Since
the U.S. is closing up and saying, well, we're not gonna even give citizens. Yesterday, I was reading an article where it says, our president Trump is not gonna give birthrights anymore,
So, like if you're born here,
yeah, if you're born here,
anchor baby, as they say.
Right.
Okay.
If you're born here, like a parent have a child here, if you're not a citizen, then your child is not a citizen. You're a citizen where you came from. which is closing a lot of doors. And to me, even though it's a negative in certain ways, but it's a positive too, because then it opened our people eyes, the one that's conscious and the one that feel that they're comfortable. Because you cannot be comfortable. You have to be able to fight and know that you have to strive to do what you need to do.
You're saying the ones who are comfortable here in America that don't go back to Haiti?
Exactly.
Okay, so and I've been saying this for a while now. So Booker T. Washington, he said, so he had the Tuskegee, you already familiar with Tuskegee University? So he had the Tuskegee method, where he would invite Africans to Tuskegee University to learn, to help them out, to implement the Tuskegee method in their countries under the condition, like once you graduate, you go back and implement it and build your countries. I know a lot of, and people don't disagree with me and sometimes get angry at me. A lot of times, a lot of immigrants come here, they get very comfortable and they don't bring that knowledge back to their countries. And my thing is your allegiance should be to your country of origin.
So that's what we need to get, and that's one of the reasons why myself, I remain in service to my country. I've been here since I was 8, and I went to school here, went to college here, but yet I have like my core is connected with Haiti. I'm an only child.
Okay.
My parents.
Me too. Spoiled. You spoiled like me. You only child?
No, I'm not the only child.
Oh, okay.
Where my parents live in Haiti. My mom live in Haiti, and my dad.
How she's talking about how her core is connected to Haiti. For Black Americans, we don't have that core, really to connect to a certain country or anything, because the country that we feel the most connected to doesn't want to be really connected to us as far as America.
What country?
And America.
Okay, America. Okay.
And then with Africa, we don't have any relatives or a town or a home birthplace to, origin to go back to. And I think right now it's very important that Africa is opening up its doors. We can do our ancestry test, find out where our lineage exists, learn about our ancestors and where they came from, their cultures, and start to develop and feel more connected to that core, because there's such a division between Africans and African Americans, and even between immigrants that have come from other places. But what I was telling a man the other day is that the only difference between us is that their ship stopped before our ship, and brother Derek Muhammad, like he said in a video from the last Building Bridges event, we were bitten by the same snake. So it's really time for us not to. And another guy I talked to was Jamal Lee this week. And he pointed out something to me that I thought was very important, that in the time of crisis, we come together. Like we got each other's back. But if there's not a crisis, then we're comfortable. And I think what we're at now in the time is that we need to not be comfortable, because this is not a comfort zone that we're living in. We're at war. And so we need to learn to come together, not just at times of crisis, but to stay bonded and connected, and to learn that we are, each other's brothers and sisters. Although we come from many nations, there are a lot of things about us that are similar. So you can take an African from Ghana, African from Haiti, Caribbeans, and here, and there's going to be certain features or certain habits or things that we do that are going to be, real close in nature. So anything that's going to continue to the colonizers' way of doing things, to divide and conquer us with the ADOS movement, things of that nature. This this actress playing this person, those things can't be entertained. They've used those types of tactics for hundreds of years and have been successful at keeping us divided, just by introducing those types of tactics. So we have to be strong-minded and be able to see through those types of tactics.
To me, it's all a distraction. They use that as a distraction, because I always say that the original princess and queens are Blacks. So to me, where all the princesses and queens anyway should have been Black. So I don't even worry about that. But it's a distraction or a percept not to have that important conversation. Like I say, you have to have your core and your spirit connected to something. And I was talking about that with her, about having an ancestral graveyard, how important that is to have your family connected, to know your cousins and your, from third generation down and so forth. So those things are, we breaking them right now. And our kids do not know a lot of stuff, and they're not teaching them in school. So we don't go back into the school and teach them how to contribute and how to be involved and know that they are Africans.
Uh-huh.
So when somebody say you could go back to Africa, let me know when, and can you give me my money so I can leave?
All
Because
right.
Well, and
now
speaking of the money,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Well, what are your thoughts
Black
on
Americans want
reparations?
reparations.
Uh-huh.
I want reparations. I think we deserve reparations.
Uh-huh.
We've earned reparations, and
Mhm.
we're owed reparations.
Mhm.
However, if we have the motherland, our brothers and sisters support behind us, and even our immigrants that
Uh-huh.
are here, we have a better chance of getting them if we're organized,
Right.
because we can pull our dollar from the economy and say, if we don't get our reparations, then no more money is going to get spent in your businesses and in your, in your governments. And we can do the same, not just here in America, but we can do it in all the countries that have colonized and oppressed us and owe us reparations. It's time to collect.
Uh-huh.
Cut the check.
Cut the check.
Cut the check.
And then teach
And
our
so-
kids how to not spend it on just luxury cars
Yeah.
and buying
Exactly.
fancy houses
Uh-huh.
and showing off, but actually rebuying back your properties.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
'cause
and
you-
investing and owning
building
land and
owning land where you're not going to be poor
that's right.
anymore because you are owners and operators. And that's what I need the kids to know. You don't have to work for anybody. You could get together. If it's 5 of y'all, get together, make a corporation built on that and unite, and each one of y'all get a share until you build your business. Instead of working for McDonald's or these people that's feeding us terrible foods that's killing us.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to grow our own food,
Yeah.
buy our own towns,
Mhm.
start our own schools. I've been homeschooling for about 3 years.
Okay.
I've also been watching the market. I know what towns are for sale. So I'll kind of.
What is the town for sale? Like maybe 3 hours?
Toombsboro, Georgia.
Yeah.
I've been watching for about.
Was it like $1 million
years
if
or
even
more.
that?
It's less. And so there's things that with the building bridges that I want to do. I want to reach out to a few people. I'd love to form the Building Bridges Investment Fund so that the diaspora could help fund different projects such as that one. I know the African Union is also interested in developing investment funds and introducing different programs to help here and implement there. And then the other thing that we must understand is they say we have to build here first, which I definitely get their perspective. However, you know this just as well as I do. If we use our money here to invest and develop in areas such as Africa, Haiti, the Caribbean, and areas where our money is a little longer, then the return on investment is going to come back to us, and that will allow us to build up our communities. So it's a win-win on both sides. It's just a matter of understanding that none of us have been educated about the oppression that's been done. We've all been miseducated. We've all been turned against one another, and it's just time to wake up.
Okay. What are your thoughts on, again, I run into a lot of Black Americans that are like, Africa needs to roll out the red carpet for us Black Americans. They need to roll out the red carpet, and they need to pretty much beg us to come back and help because everything is so great here in America. Like, what are your thoughts on comments like that?
They sound like the colonizers. You should be happy that we, you should be happy that we. But I disagree. I think they should be more welcoming. I don't think we should have to pay for a visa or
I
to
agree
come
with
back
that.
and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, they are still suffering through a lot of the oppression.
Right.
So it's not like, they just had it so well on the continent. They were colonized there in their own country. And to this day, a lot of those countries are still paying colonial tax.
Right.
Haiti and paying out money.
We're done, but we're still paying it in a different way.
All right. Okay.
And the president of Ghana, the other week he was doing a speech, and you could tell the president of France guy he wanted to take that microphone because he was letting them know we're not going to continue to let this go.
Right.
And I think that we look on the outside and we see China moving into Africa, we see Russia moving into Africa.
Right.
We know that America is already there in Africa. Why are we allowing all of these people to go in and invest their money in Africa when we could invest our money? If we had our brothers and sisters back and was investing in the continent, they wouldn't have a reason to look outside to other countries because we're enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we could choose what kind of deals we want to do with them. So it's a double-sided sword right now. And until we take control of our own situation, we take our power back, we start learning how to pull our resources together, how to block others races out of our resources or make them come through directly through us as a unit. Then we're going to continue to be divided. We're going to continue to lose. They're going to continue to be we're going to continue to be colonized and oppressed, and we're going to continue to be referred to as infested communities by the so-called president of our United States.
Yeah. So we need to learn our power. Basically, our powers. We are so powerful beyond measure. as Maya would say. But we have to know that. If we don't know it, nobody else gonna teach it to us. And they teaching us that everything is black. You know, everything that was black, they turn it white. And and then now we're trying to perhaps switch it back. And there's a fight against that. And they give us Jesus.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Okay, so all of that we have to be aware of what's going on and fight and do our research. Even though you have to be able to be open-minded to see the truth. And when the truth,
and there's enough information out there.
Yes.
There's really no excuse now,
Right.
Unless you just don't care.
Unless you just don't care.
Want to know, about
or you're in denial,
or you're in denial.
Brainwashed.
Right.
And
that's that's the case with a lot of us.
Yeah, and that's where loving and compassion come in. And that's why I listen to everybody from different backgrounds, from different grounds, people that don't know how to
Shanta, I got the mic. My bad. Yeah, I just want to turn it off. I'm sorry, you guys. I just want to. Yeah, I want to turn the ringer off too. Sorry about that. It's just, guys, if you guys want to, what we'll do, we'll take some calls too. So no trolling. If you have a question, here's my email. Now, when I put my email in the chat room, don't continue to ask, how do I call in? All right, so that's the email. Send me an email if you want to call in. Send me an email. We'll take a couple questions. Also, make sure you hit that like button. And then too, for the tour building. Oh, what's on the schedule for the tour on
I'm glad you asked
in LA?
that
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, what is it?
Yeah. If you can go into details.
The tour is a 2-day tour in each city that we're going to visit, and it's on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the event is really about Black empowerment, excellence, entrepreneurship. So we have the Black Business Expo, which will feature Black business owners and vendors with their tables, their products and services. Also, we'll have a couple breakout workshops, which will talk about, finding your heritage or your lineage and your ancestry. Also, different workshops that can empower entrepreneurs on where to find funding. We'll be talking about the African Union's initiative, the 1 million by 2021, which is going to help entrepreneurs here in the U.S. connect and do business in the continent of Africa and other diaspora areas to train our youth. And then on Sundays, we'll start with the Building Bridges Forum, just like we did last year, December in Atlanta. And on the forum, we'll have 2 different discussions. The first discussion will be about the Black family, the Black community, and also reparations. And then our second discussion will be mainly focused on the plans, development, and preparation. So this is a solution-based event. We want to empower entrepreneurs. We want to empower our brothers and sisters in their businesses. We want to also empower them to turn their businesses into global and international businesses by giving them, additional contacts and connections to the continent and other areas that the diaspora is. So that's why we want everyone to register your businesses and your organizations at au6rusa.org. So that you can be counted and we can see who's doing business and what services you offer here in America. Also following the Building Bridges Forum, we have the Taste of the Diaspora.
Oh yeah,
and
food. I love to eat. That's what I love to eat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was really good, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
What did you think?
Delicious. They had the lady there with some cupcakes.
Yeah, we had the cupcakes. We had the fruit display with all the different fruits. We had collard greens, macaroni, green beans. We had rice. Yes, we actually had the black rice from. Yes, we had the black rice. Yep, and we had white rice as well. We had jerk chicken, stewed chicken, grilled fish. We had ribs. You name it. We had a great feast. And so this feast represents peace, unity, and forgiveness and unity, just coming together and moving forward. So that's what the event, we want like-minded people to come together. We will be sharing, of course, different historical facts and information at this event. But the main thing is that we're all coming together, like-minded individuals, to discuss plans on how we can move forward and progress. So if there's any destructive talk or any destructive criticism, trolling that you want to buy tickets to come for, this is not that event.
Okay.
This is the event for building solutions and for progression.
Yeah. All right, guys, I sent the link out to a couple people. JC, Brother Pirate Brain, you have the links. So click on the link, come join the conversation. And we're not gonna hold the sisters up for too much longer. They're busy. We got very what's the word I want to use? Renaissance women. Renaissance women. So they're busy. So guys, if I sent you the link, come on and hop on, so we can ask. You guys can ask your questions, and then gotta let the sisters go so they can get back to handling business.
Yes, getting ready for this tour.
Right, exactly.
So be sure to get your tickets. You can buy your tickets. Dinah's posted the link there.
Link's right here.
And also, if you want to learn more information on the tour, you want to learn more about our speakers, such as Phil Scott, Brother Rizza Islam, Brother Ben X, Brother Dinah Samir, Brother Derek Muhammad, Sister Najeri Riyong. There's a Sister Shirley Husar. There's a lot of different influential and diverse minds who will be joining us. And we're all coming together despite our different beliefs, our different religions, our different political backgrounds. We're all coming together for one reason, and that's to empower the Black community, to restore the Black family, and to change the narrative.
I'm going to be patient. People keep asking, what are the dates and where's the location?
All right. So September 7th and 8th, meet us in Compton, LA at the City Banquet Hall.
Oh, I'll put the wrong link in here.
Yes,
no, go ahead.
in Compton, September 7th and 8th is the first show. And there are a limited number of tickets. So be sure to get yours now before they are sold out. Remember, it's a 2-day event. You can get an all access pass for all the events that I mentioned for just $99. And that's September 7th and 8th in LA and Compton at the City Banquet Hall. And if you're in Houston, don't worry, we're coming your way next. That next week, $99. And September 14th and 15th in LA and Compton at the Shrine of the Black Madonna.
Brother, you got your hold on. Bro, what the hell's going on, man? Goodness. I think now what happened, I accidentally please forgive me. I accidentally put the wrong link. I put the Hangout link. And that's why this guy is there. I'm sorry. That was kind of weird. I take the blame for that, because he's probably thinking I put the link for the link to buy the ticket. Yeah, but I actually put the link for the Hangout. Yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, I apologize.
Said, what the hell?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. What just happened?
Sorry,
I'm
brother.
sorry. My bad.
That's
My bad,
all right.
brother.
You're going to relax in the comfort of your own home.
I'm sorry. Hey.
We didn't mean to intrude.
Hold on 1 second. Moderators, can you guys please, because I'm trying to, Gregory or Susan or Ifekimi, can you please delete the link I put, the Hangout link? Can you please delete that for me? I need y'all to please help me out. All right. Police brutality, you can come back on. But I'm still waiting on JC. JC, I emailed you the link. Here, JC, here. All right, there we go. All right, JC, I sent it to you in your Facebook. So guys, okay, the sisters are busy. We're waiting for you guys to come on. You guys ask for the link and then you don't come on. So what we'll do, we'll take questions for like 10, 15 minutes, and I gotta let the sisters go.
I'm all amateurs trying to figure it out.
Yeah, goodness. I apologize about that. Hold on. But I think it's I hope it's deleted. Let's see here. Okay. All right, JC, go ahead, brother.
Hey.
Hey, JC.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Jean-Claude Chimenambui. I'm from the Congo. I wanted to speak the truth about Haiti.
Uh-oh.
To the sister from Haiti. And I want to know what's really going on with Haiti. Is it because the country is on the volcano plan, that the country is going down to hell? Or is it because the French decided to make Haitians pay for so many years for a debt that they didn't encounter when they were brought there against their will? Is it because the light-skinned sons of French and Africans that were left behind decided to run the country, that the country actually never developed? That's my question.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're right about that. You know, we decided to, since 1986, since Jean-Claude Duvalier left power, which was a regime that was supported somewhat by the United States. So they started ruling and making a lot of decisions. And the mulattoes, which is the elites in Haiti, you know, basically conspired and to not, you know, invest back in the rebuilding the country, you know, and the government
Okay.
as well, and the American, the Canadians, and the French, you know, didn't help the situation, you know, even though they
By
got.
saying that you agree,
Mhm.
therefore that the Clintons were not there yet.
Correct. But the
Okay.
Clinton
So
came in.
we need to be true. We need to be true. We need to be truthful with history when we start talking about the demise of our countries, and speak the truth always.
Right, but
That
she did say, brother, that there was other problems in Haiti before the Clintons came, but the Clintons just added to some of the demise of Haiti in the most
oh
recent
trust
years.
me, oh trust me, I'm from the Congo. I'm not here to forgive or forbid the Clintons from anything that they've done.
Right.
Okay,
Oh
but
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that history was told thoroughly.
Oh yes.
Haiti,
And they also
Full
had
Haiti,
terrorists
responsibility.
Haiti,
before the
Haiti,
Clintons.
Haiti, Haiti being the first land of African-owned land on this planet, according to their standards. Uh, I needed to make sure that we made the truth and the whole truth known.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all I'm
there's a
just
lot of
saying.
details in what you're saying that I could go back to from the first time when we started our independence. It's been one regime, one red political groups after another that's been keeping the country down. At the same time, the Americans sent their political or the ambassador in with the OAS, which is you know organization here in Washington, and they claim that they helping, but a lot of time they're not. And that's the thing. And we have to take responsibility. And I take full responsibility. And that's what we need to grow on and unite with the Africans now and the people that we know that we come from to be able to rebuild and teach our youth and our people what's going on and how to do better. And
It
I
is important. It is important to say that. You know why? Because
Mhm.
in America we have the tendency to put race and politics together
Mhm.
as a whole, and decide that, yo, because Republicans were in power when this happened, then they are responsible, or because Democrats were in power because whatever period they were in power, so they were wrong. What I'm trying to say about this is, I feel like we all trying to lay down behind some type of political agenda, and that's just the wrong way to go about this business. Okay. uh,
Well,
Hillary Clinton,
it's a political agenda from the beginning. It's always been
I'm
political. That's
sorry.
what we have to understand. Everything that's going on is linked to political.
No,
Politics.
that's a fact. That's a fact
Yes.
for
And then, but we
recent.
have to know
That's
who
a
we
fact.
are and
That's
our
a fact for
power.
his.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact for recent history that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we don't know what took place prior to us being told what we've been told.
Mm. And that's where the research come in at. And that's
Okay,
what you have to look up
the
and find out.
researchers,
And everything is
the
available.
researchers right now, you can
Mm-hmm.
find white people telling you that the world started in America.
Mm-hmm.
If it was based on researchers, they can show you based on their researchers that the world started here. We had a black brother that told us, Dennis and I, that the Nile River is in Washington, D.C.,
No, the Nile River is the Mississippi River.
not the Mississippi River. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just saying the ridiculousness of what researchers can bring up to the table. There's a French researcher, and I go by what white people say about us more than I go by what we say about ourselves. And that white man said that we are the original man. That Lucia or Lucy or Lucy, depending on the language you speak, was the first woman to be ever found on planet Earth, and she was found in Eastern Africa, which today is Sudan. I'm just saying, let's be 100, my sir. I'm just saying, if we want to talk about the history of our people, we have to talk about the whole history of the people. We can sugarcoat it, we can cut corner and just blame the wine from 1992. You
I
understand what I'm saying?
completely agree with
We
you.
can just blame them
Oh no, I
because
go way
their
back.
history,
I go way back to
that
from
recent
the founding
history, that
1808.
recent history is of Hillary's family that owned slaves, enslaved people. Okay, that recent history is of us. I'm sorry, I have my kids home.
But JC, I was gonna finish your statement, then I was gonna let Mr. Pridebrain ask his
Yeah,
question. Then we're gonna close out.
I hope my kids are not making too much noise in your ears right now. I'm just sorry that they're here. I'm a proud father of four. But just to say that if we are to talk about history, we are to talk about the whole history. We can pick and point. We have to say the whole truth. And wherever the blame lands, that's where the blame lands.
I agree, and that's the
Right,
way we have to move forward.
today's political situation has a tendency to make us feel that we have to show one side of the history when we need to show the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I'm sorry, I'm a lawyer.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree
I agree.
100%.
That's my background. That's my background, but that's just what it's supposed to be like.
We agree.
And I agree. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jason. Let the brother Pridebrain ask his question. I'm gonna let
Thank
the
you for
system
your
go.
call.
How's everybody doing? Good to see you.
Good. Guys, make sure you hit that like button as well. And then, real quick, with the building bridges tour, will it be?
Stream.
Yes.
I am having a meeting about that either today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
we tried it last year, and
How
unfortunately,
was
the
it?
source just didn't. I don't know, something that it was a breakdown in the source.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it didn't. The feed didn't go out well. I wasn't in charge of it, but
Well,
it just didn't go out well.
Okay. All right, Pridebrain, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, my question, how you doing? Thank you. My question was kind of well, not really. One is a question, one is a statement, because when you had mentioned that some people were thinking they needed to roll out the red carpet, Africa needs to roll out the red carpet. And I don't think that, but I do think that it would be a nice gesture. Let's say, for example, Ghana, which said it was the year of return. If they said, you know what, if you're a black American, just come to our embassy and we'll get you a passport. That right there would just be a nice gesture. And I think we could start over here and do our part over here. And just to know that we have a home there, not like we're refugees there or we're citizens. That would be a nice gesture for Africa to do. And for us,
brother. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you the problem with that.
okay,
Hey, don't take this the wrong way.
I'm not.
Ever since I got my citizenship in Nigeria,
Mhm.
the issue is you have a lot of our people who just want citizenship, but don't never want to come to Africa. They just want to brag about how they got dual citizenship. I think that's the problem. It's a nice gesture, But my thing is, are you going to be serious? Because when you become a dual citizen, you're also responsible for that country.
To pay tax.
So yeah, so you got a lot of people who just want just to have the passport, so because it's sexy, but they don't want to put in the work. I'm hearing a lot of that because I get people all the time, Dynast man, how can I get my citizenship here, there, and the other? My first question is, have you ever visited the country? The answer is
Yeah,
no.
and that does make a lot of sense.
And then the next question is, do you even have an American passport? The answer is no.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want citizenship, you want passports, but you never even visited the country.
And then
Right.
another thing is,
I think if you
Whoa, whoa,
go
whoa,
to,
JC, let the brother, JC, let the brother, Fire Brain finish. But go ahead, Fire Brain.
I think if if someone's willing to go to the country and then go checking for the passport, that's showing enough. I mean, and I know my statement is coming from my point of view because when I was living in Argentina, I was a permanent resident. I lived there for 7 years, so I understand what you're saying, and I just think those people that just want it for the sexiness, they're just never going to go. It's not no harm, no foul with those people. But the people that really want to go, it should be made easy for them to go and set up shop.
They go to the embassy.
Right.
okay. Can I say something?
Like that you made is that if they go to the embassy, they should be able to get it because that shows that they took the initiative to at least get there. So I agree with you, and I like that. And I do know that although Ghana is the leader, there are other countries who are looking to do what Ghana is doing, and they're looking to roll that out. But I can't say when or how that's going to be done because I'm not in that part of the things.
Right. That's all the reparations I think we need from Africa is just to be open for us to become citizens, and then the rest is on us. We got to figure out how to get the money, how to get there, and what we're going to do when we get there. The people that just want the sexiness are just never going to go. There's nothing you can do about them,
But I think you should definitely visit first before, that I guess that discussion happens. Just me personally.
The thing of it is
I agree.
they don't ask us to come to Africa, but for whatever reason, we black people feel as if though we need to ask for permission to go to Africa. They volunteered.
I didn't ask for permission to go to Argentina. I went.
You didn't ask. They just offered it.
No, in Argentina they didn't offer.
You were in the military.
No, I wasn't. Don't assume that. I'm a musician. I went.
I was trying to follow the path of your history, but one thing's got nothing to do with the other, bro. Like I was telling Janice the other day, it's easier for us blacks living in America to decide to go on vacation to some other place, but to go to Africa. For whatever reason, we choose to go to Greece, to go to Italy, to go to France, before you even pop in our head that, hey, maybe I need to go to Africa and see what's popping.
I think those people just aren't woke yet because I have to say I went to Argentina and I was married to an Argentine. So
but yet again, you never thought about taking her to Africa.
You're right. Until recently. I mean, that was my mind. I went in 88. So my mind frame in 88 was completely different than what it is now. I mean, I don't deny that.
That's the fact that you agree with me that they've been modeling us to think about everything else but Africa.
And that's the conversation we need to start having.
They've been programmed. They've been putting out those programs in our heads to think about everything but Africa. Ask Dynast, before his first trip to Africa, where was he planning on going?
Brazil, 2011. Brazil. And then somebody told me, go to Tanzania.
Was Africa anywhere in your head?
Not till my friend told me to go. I ended up going, changed my life.
You understand?
Yeah, I
So
didn't have a plan like that.
I've been watching Danny's not for the pleasure of it, but I saw his progressions and his revelation to the truth.
Mhm. Yeah.
We, like I was saying earlier, all I'm saying here is we have to be truthful to ourselves and agree to the fact that okay, I've been programmed a certain way.
Mhm.
Now it's time for me to change my mindset and think some different type of way or experience something different.
And then we also have other things too that we got to look at because, like I know, and here in the United States, they don't advertise to go to Africa, and they make the prices so high on the flights. They make the prices to other countries so cheap, But a friend of mine just went to Europe like the month before last. My business partner, and she stayed the month in Europe. And before she left, I had been, pouring into her and talking with her about, our next business moves and things that we were going to do. And when she got to Europe, she called me and she said, "You know what? You are right about Africa." She said, "Do you know everything over here on the TV? They're talking about Africa this, Africa that, Africa this." She said, "I had no idea Africa was doing as much as you said." So they're promoting and they're marketing in these other countries to get the Europeans and them to go over there into Africa, but they don't want us to go. That's why they've done so much to keep us divided. They show us commercials of children starving with fleas and flies all over the place. Because we're not going over there to be around all those fleas and flies. So they put that fear in us, or that that
You know
mind.
what? You know what, sister? The last country you heard of that situation was Ethiopia, and that was 20 years ago. And today, they are not showing you pictures of Ethiopia anymore. The last time they showed you anything about Ethiopia was the airline, the airplane
That crash, yeah.
Yeah,
that crashed.
but you still see videos on
Oh
whether
no!
it's on BBC Africa, if you
Oh
see
yeah.
it on CNN
They will show
Africa,
you
you're
that.
going
They
to
will
see
show you
videos
that.
of a lot of poverty in Africa.
They will show
They're
you that
showing pictures
from
of
20
poverty in
years ago.
Israel with old Jewish people and asking you to send $25. I'm saying these people got to be crazy. Have you seen those commercials? Those, yeah.
All I'm saying
So
is
this is
this:
a great
is that
discussion.
as long as you don't experience it for yourself, like Dennis did,
Right, I agree with you. I'm not
there's
disagreeing
no
with you.
there's no reason for us to come out here and just make blanket statements. The
Yeah.
same way I was talking to the sister about Haiti. My best friend is from Haiti. I don't come out here out of nowhere. When I come out here and I try to talk to the sister, it's because I want her to tell us the whole truth and nothing but the truth. We
My
can blame
my
everything.
last
We can we,
girlfriend
we can
was
blame
from
everything
Haiti.
on
She was
Hillary.
Haitian. She lived in Lakai.
No, we
Okay.
can blame the volcanoes. The volcanoes are permanent in
Mhm.
Haiti. This
Earthquake.
is something. This is something that is the truth. Now, is there a way to control that? Yes. Did they give the science to control that? No. But they have it.
Yeah, we have to reach out. Look at Japan. Japan have much heavier
Earthquakes
earthquakes
and
than
tsunamis.
Haiti, but yet they building and the structures are able to sustain it. So
Exactly.
it's a
Now,
learning process.
can
It's a
we?
learning process, and we have to. That's what building the bridge will do by helping other people, such as yourself. If you have an expertise in certain areas, then you bring it in, and other people that have an expertise in building or Diaspora, that's architect, that's engineering. I have a cousin of mine here that's Eddie Benoit that's doing really well here in Atlanta, and he have a construction company. All the people, we need them to be proud enough to come out and support and do something about each one of our countries
In
in
my
the
comments,
United States, and do not leave the blacks out.
in my
With
comments,
the
in my
passport, but then
comments,
we have to have accountability and a logistic, the taxes that's going to be paid. Are you going to be an owner in the country? So forth. It's not just a visitation passport. When they give you rights, just like here, they request you to have, place to live, insurance, and certain things. Those things have to be worked out where they could give you a permanent and say that you're a citizen of the country you're not just visiting, or you're not just having a passport, because we are accountable for our citizens. So
You know what I believe? What I
yes.
believe is that Haiti needs to be deserted, and white people need to stay with the Haiti that they created. The
Mhm.
French, the English, the British, they need to stay with the Haiti that they created.
Did
You
you
know
know
where you
that the
come from.
Japanese sent 800 tons of
Let me finish with this. Let me finish with this,
Fukushima
please.
rice over to Haiti?
Let me finish with this, please, because there's nobody else
Yeah.
that knows exactly where they come from but Haitian people. You're
Mhm.
from Ghana, you're from Togo, you're from Benin.
Mhm.
That's your roots. You
Mhm.
have a place to go.
Mhm.
Give them the country, whatever it is that they built. Give it to them. Go back home.
Mhm.
Pick one of those three countries. None of them is against voodoo. None of them will reject you. Go back home.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. What we'll do, we'll go ahead and close out. Anything you'd like to share in closing, Sister Shante?
I just would like to invite you all to follow us on Instagram. We are on Facebook and Twitter at Unite. That's UNITE, the number 2, and Build. That's Unite to Build. Also, I would love for you all to attend and join us in LA, Houston. We're also going to Washington, D.C., October 5th and 6th, and we'll be in Atlanta, October 12th and 13th. So I
New
invite you
York.
all to go to buildingbridgesmovement.com to learn more. There's a ticket link here up under Dinah's page to buy tickets. And I encourage you all to do your research, learn your history, and to share it with others that may not know, and share it with compassion and care, so that they may be open to learn new information that they may not known before. And that way we can begin to each one reach one, and we can really begin to build. And then it goes more internally of learning to be open and to understand other situations as well. Because, like I said earlier, we were all bitten by the same snake, and the only difference is where our boats landed. So we have a lot more in common than we do in differences.
Different.
And it's time that we put those differences aside and come together, not just in time of crisis, but to be there to work together at all times. And of course, we're going to have some challenges along the way. We understand this is not an overnight or an easy process, but having the faith and belief and understanding that this is a spiritual journey, and coming with a great heart, mind, and spirit is definitely going to help us to be an example to others who may doubt the unison, to those who may be hesitant of joining. We have to be an example, because everyone is not at the same level of understanding or at the same awakening. I'm still learning stuff every day, and I thank God that He's put me in this position, because He's put me around some great people that I can learn from, and from watching people like Dinus, watching Phil, watching Brother Rizla, listening to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Minister Ray Higgins, and so many more that are out here and teaching. It's not that we lack the information, it's just that we lack the interest in the information. So it's time that we start sharing this information, that we support brothers and sisters who are taking the initiative and putting themselves out there to bring these things together. So any support that you can offer, whether you're in marketing, you're in PR, if you have a business, if you're a vendor, if you're an investor, if you're a promoter, anything, we really need all hands on deck. We need your support. We need your help. We need you to volunteer in these cities. We need you to start your own chapters in these cities. If you would love to be a part of the African Union and start managing a region or a city in your area, then please reach out. I'm available online. You can get me at Shante Lene, also at Unite to Build, like I said earlier. And my email is info@buildingbridgesglobalgroup.com. And I believe Dinah's posted that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cut it short and end there. But I could go on and on, because there's so many different things and moving pieces and some great things that are happening behind the scenes for our people. So stay faithful, stay strong, and stay Black. Peace.
There you go. And real quick, you're a very enterprising woman. Now you got a restaurant, right? Or
I have a barbecue stand.
but hey, I mean, hey, restaurant. We gonna
Hey,
it's a restaurant. It serves food.
Yes.
So you got a barbecue stand,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah.
I'll tell
So
you more.
yeah, go ahead.
So my son and I, we have a barbecue stand. It's called Just Grillin' Barbecue, and we are in Stone Mountain, Georgia. We are a part of Charlie's Wings and Fins at 4779 Rockbridge Road, and they have the best chicken wings in the Stone Mountain, and we have the best barbecue. So that's Charlie's Wings and Fins and Just Grillin' Barbecue at 4779 Rockbridge Road in Stone Mountain. Also, I have a home improvement and referral service. It's called Restore Georgia Now. And if you have home improvements or repairs that you need in your home or business in the metro Atlanta area, please feel free to contact us. Our number is 404 392 1233. And our website is restoregeorgianow.com. I'm also the executive director of the Center for Truth and Healing, which is a nonprofit organization that provides social services to those who are disadvantaged in the Metro Atlanta area and abroad. So if you are in the area and you are in need of food or any clothing, maybe you're homeless and you need referral to temporary or permanent housing, if you need job skills training, counseling, any of those different things, we have several different programs. One is called Everyone Eats, because we want to make sure that all of our brothers and sisters and all our community members and residents have access to healthy and clean food. And we also offer a program called Rosebuds, where we offer one-on-one case management, kind of like an IEP, where we work with you through like a 12-step type of program and work with you from your overall condition to help you address the issues that you're dealing with. So I'll cut that off there, but there are other companies that I'm associated with and that I'm a partner of, and some projects that we are building. I'm always looking for investors or those who would like to get involved and volunteer with our organization. We do have a back to school event coming up August 3rd at the Atrium Event Center from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we have a select number of families that we'll be providing school supplies to. And we are still in need of donations right now. So if you are available or if you're able to donate, we definitely would appreciate any donations, whether it's monetary or whether it's school supplies. If it's school supplies, we have a drop-off location at our office. Our office is located at 5479 Memorial Drive, Suite G, and it's in the plaza with the Atrium Event Center on Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain, Georgia. We're there every day from 11 to 2 for drop-off. And if you'd like to make a donation, you can make a donation at paypal.me/truthandhealing. That's paypal.me/truthandhealing. Or you can make a donation via your Cash App. And our Cash App ID is #Truth and Healing. And that's all one word, Truth and Healing. Thank you.
Can you state your email one more time? Because I want to write it down. I can't see the chat room.
Okay. All right. It's info, INFO, at Building Bridges Global Group.com. And I see someone posted about Brooklyn. Brooklyn and New York, right? Brooklyn, New York, and also Chicago. Right now, we're kind of negotiating still, but those locations should be announced soon, and we'll definitely give you updates. But we are planning and hoping to go to Brooklyn and also to the city of Chicago. But right now, we do have LA, we have Houston, and we have Washington, D.C., and Atlanta secured. And in D.C., we'll be at the African American Civil War Museum. And the Taste of the Diaspora will be at the Prince Hall Performing Arts Center. And in Atlanta, we will be at our home building, our home place, the Atrium Event Center in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
And anything you'd like to share, Ms. Rose? Go ahead.
Yes. So my Facebook is the Haitian Queen Rose Dessous. And that's DOSSOU. And you find it at Facebook, and I'm Rosa Desi123 on Instagram. And I'm gonna give my point phone number if you need me, 678-457-8616. If you need to talk to me about anything, referrals or anything like that, please, you could always contact me. Right now, we're in between government right now. We don't have a government in Haiti right now because we just nominated a prime minister, and he hasn't went to the process as of yet. So we still don't have a government. So we're waiting for that, but we do have a president. And so, there's a lot of things going on. Whatever you want to get involved in, you could give us a call, or you could also go to the consulate website with Atlanta Consulate of Atlanta, and get in touch with them through there. All right, and thank you so much for everybody. And I learned from you, Mister that's from Congo, and your other
Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude, yes, Jean-Claude. Merci. So it's a lot of stuff to learn, and I've continued learning, and I'm open to learning, because we don't know, and I don't sit here and tell you that I'm somebody that I want to take responsibility. I want to be fully responsible for what's going on and my ancestors. But yet we have to continue educating and telling the truth, like you said. And we only could tell the truth based on our knowledge. So anything that you could teach, I'm willing to learn. And that's where I'm at. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you go to Search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, Search for Uhuru. Peace.
Peace.
You're welcome.